Well, it's Tuesday, and I hope it's a really good Tuesday where you are. It is here. It's a beautiful day. And anyway, I want to thank you for being with me and invite you, come on into my little world for a moment or two as we think together, maybe get a little inspiration, a little encouragement. Maybe you're familiar with the poetic quote of the Quaker missionary, if I say it right, Etienne de Grillet. He said, "I shall pass this way at once. Any good that I can do, any kindness I could show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer nor neglect, for I shall not pass this way again." You probably read that on posters and places. You probably read the quote in books. You may have seen it many times. I know I've shared it right through this venue before. But I think about how valuable it really is when we pause to think about that time does not go backward, it does not stand still, but ever moves forward. And when I think about that, we can become depressed, disgusted, or we can become excited and opportunistic. We can say, today is a new opportunity. Today is a blessing. Today is a realization of the person I am. A familiar line says, this is the first day of the rest of your life. Well, every day is that way. But who knows about tomorrow and what tomorrow brings? We're here today. And that's why we think about today. That's why we look around us and grasp the things that are there. You know, the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Corinth with these words in chapter 6 of the 2 Corinthian letter as we find it in the Bible. "We then as workers together with him also plead with you not to receive the grace of God in vain." In other words, what's come your way. Don't lose sight of how valuable it is. For he says, "In an acceptable time I have heard you. In the day of salvation I have helped you." Now listen to this. "Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation." I guess we like to think about something in the future quite often more than we do in the present. That sounds kind of odd to say it, for we often are impatient and we want things today. But then we think about how much better the future is going to be. And yes, I know, we look forward, we plan, we think, and we hope for the future. That's true. But the reality of the present is where we are. The reality of living now is what we have. There's nothing morbid about it. It's something exciting. It's tangible. It's real. It's right here with us. And that's what Paul is saying. Recognize what's been brought your way today and take advantage of it. Keeping that in mind, again, I'm reminded of the words of the publisher, the newspaper man, Horace Greeley, when he encouraged the idea, "Go west, young man. Go west." You see, it was not just the grasping for the western part of the U.S., but it was the idea that where we are is ever moving forward. And taking advantage of today means I'm going to grasp for whatever I can get today as we move towards that. Time moving forward says I've got to go with opportunity. I've got to go with blessing. I've got to go with what I have. We don't shut down today in the thought that tomorrow just might be better. For if we shut down today, what have we got? And so as time moves forward, we have to think in where we are and grow with what we have. Again, we don't go back. We may be reminded of the good old days. Somewhere I've got a poem about old days. New days come and old days. New days come and old days go. It's a neat little poem, but the idea at the end of it is, these are the best days we've got. I remember the old movie, the post-World War II movie that came out about the best days of our lives. It was a post-war time in which people were trying to figure out their lives again. So much had been wrapped up in yesterday, in World War II. Soldiers returning home, trying to find their way again, struggling to find their place back into society again. It can be a real challenge. But in the end, they find out really where we are is our best opportunity. We can't think about today as being yesterday. It's not. I remind some from time to time, as much as I love the past and some of the music and the times of the past, today is the day of the new music. Today is the day of opportunity. Yeah, we can still love what was past, but we're never going to be. We're never going back to the 1960s or 70s again, or whatever time you thought was so special. We're never going back there again. But we are going to today. We're living in today, and we're looking for tomorrow. But only by taking advantage of today does tomorrow arrive. Only by going west, as Horace Greeley would write, and seeking our adventure and grabbing hold of it. Not being stagnant in the present, but grabbing it for all it's worth and moving forward. So today the challenge to you is, look around you, recognize your blessings. And among those blessings, look at the people that surround your life. Look at those who fill you with opportunity. Look at those whose lives you can touch. Look at the blessings that have come your way and use them to your best. Don't think about the things you don't have, but the things that you do and the people that are there. That's the blessing of today. That's our westward expansion. There may have been a time that going west meant seeking out new frontiers of this country, but now it is grabbing hold of today that we might seek the future and whatever it holds. It won't be yesterday, but I guarantee you it will be exciting if you grab hold of today. Go west, young man. Today is the day of salvation. Don't let it slip by you, and enjoy it for all it's worth. Take the ride. It will be the most exciting. Let me offer you one more thought. For the writer of the book of Hebrews told about the old man Abraham. And when the Bible tells in the 12th chapter that God called him out from among his people, the writer of Hebrews wrote of it and said he went out not knowing where he was going. And what an adventure he had. What an adventure he had for the next 100 years. Take advantage of today and use it for all it's worth. Again, common theme, but it's an encouragement for you today. I'm glad you were with me today, and we'll look forward to more things down the road, should they be. And we will share my little world again. Glad you were with me today, and have a great day.